so I wrote a show, and somebody who happens to be the lieutenant governor of Indiana, Becky Stillman, I invited her. She was a state senator at that point. She came to the very first performance of this show, and she really helped it take off. I mean, she actually helped me retire early because she invited me to bring kids to the Indiana Senate. We sang, we were on TV, and all of a sudden the show took off. So this show, I got bragged a little bit. It's been done by hundreds and hundreds of schools all across Indiana. I think the low estimate is over 50,000 Indiana kids have done these songs. So Canaan's going to join them. And so when I decided to write the show about Indiana, I had to put in something about what is a Hoosier. So right now, actually, kids, listen carefully, and everybody in the audience, you're all going to learn the chorus of this song. And there are all kinds of ideas about where the word Hoosier came from. My favorite is in the second verse, James Wickham Rowley, something about a fight, and don't go to any kids, it's not real. Look at my opinion, I don't know. But you're going to hear some ideas about where the word Hoosier came from. But the chorus is pretty easy. And before I start the song, I'm going to sing it, and everybody is going to echo me back. You ready? What is a Hoosier? What is a Hoosier? Who made up that name? What is a Hoosier? Don't you think it's strange? Where did it come from? Do we really know? Somebody tell me. I'd really like to know. So that's going to happen about 3 times in the song. What is a Hoosier? Who made up that name? What is a Hoosier? It's strange. Where did it come from? Do we really know? Could somebody tell me? I really like to know. My turn. I hear tell. There's a word is who. From that a Hoosier came. I can't believe it's true. One knock on the door. In the middle of the night, the answer, who's here? Was there a quick reply? I don't know that man. Here you go. What is a Hoosier? Here we go. Who made up that name? What is a Hoosier? Don't you think it's strange? Where did it come from? Do we really know? Could somebody tell me? I really like to know. Here's my favorite verse. Somebody said they saw an awful fight. 2 big knives and one with a great big knife. The fight got ugly. We were filled with fear. We looked on the ground and said, who's here? It's not real, okay? What is a Hoosier? Who made up that name? What is a Hoosier? Don't you think it's strange? Where did it come from? Do we really know? Somebody tell me. I really like to know. Whatever someone tells me, I know one thing is true. I'm 100% Hoosier, completely through and through. Hoosier or Hoosier is. I am so proud of my Hoosier name. My Hoosier name. Here we go, last time. What is a Hoosier? Who made up that name? What is a Hoosier? Don't you think it's strange? Where did it come from? Do we really know? Can somebody tell me? I really like to know. I really like to know. I really like to know. I'm a Hoosier. Big clap for yourself.
Knows that I can't just not talk. Boys and girls, you will see me in a school from time to time. I'm not coming here to be a compliance Nazi. I'm coming here to help you. I'm a former teacher and a former principal, and I'm very lucky to have the job that I have because I get to be in schools every day. You're very lucky that Ball State University decided to step up to the plate and authorize schools. We now have 39 schools that we authorize in the state of Indiana, and I'm very pleased to say that we have now 2 rural schools. I was raised in a small rural part of the community, and I can really respect this school as being a community hub. Without this, in my mind, we lose a piece of our culture, we lose a piece of our history. So personally, I am very, very proud to be a part of and to be sponsoring this school.
Thank you, and I'll just share this. It may sound self-serving, but we're very proud to be open today. Ball State University is an authorizer this past year They had 14 applicants. Of the 14 who worked very, very hard, those of us that would go to Ball State to go to training, we got to meet the other people. We knew they were top-notch people and very strong organizations. But of those 14 that applied, only 3 were accepted, and we were one of the 3, and we just felt very, very proud to be that. And my understanding is only 2 of us were able to open this year. One, I think, is still looking for a facility, so we're very, very thrilled about that. The next person I wanted to introduce is our state representative. He's been a dear, dear friend of this school. When we've had some major issues, he stepped up to the plate along with Senator Smith and a few other people to help us. And always asking how we're doing, always stopping by. I got to see him a couple of weeks ago and just spent a little time with him, and I really appreciate him dearly. And that's Representative Randy Fry. And Randy, I've got to say, live interview, I called you Larry Fry, but then I called myself. I apologize to you on the air. I'm so hilarious, they're friends.
When Mrs. Schaefer asked me to say a few words, I really wasn't sure what I was going to say. First I want to say to the children, good morning. Good morning. Isn't that sound beautiful? The sound of life in the Canaan school. I have 5 grandchildren. And I believe they're little, 9 down to little. And I believe that when I think of the definition of life, and in this case, life in the community, this is what it is. You know, I want to say a couple more things, and then I'm going to hand this microphone to someone whom I consider one of the most courageous men in Indiana, and that's Dr. Bennett. Dr. Bennett has something on his, Robert, I can't look at you, man, I won't be able to talk. Dr. Bennett has a gift that I gave him on his, in his office. And the reason I gave that to him is because I believe that courage is one of the most precious things that we can possess as men and women. I'll tell you, it took a lot of courage for you folks to put this school together. It took real courage to do it. And I want to congratulate you on that courage. I want also to speak to my good friend and co-author, Senator Jim Smith. In the last 2 years, we worked hard in the legislature on legislation that would make the Canaan Community Academy and other charter schools more possible and much more successful. And it wasn't easy. There were a lot of difficult days. But Senator Smith is a courageous man, and he stood his ground. I'm a retired fireman. That's one of the things that I love more than anything is a courageous leader. So I presented Dr. Bennett with a fireman's helmet. It's actually the chief's helmet. He has it in his office. I've seen it. Because he's one of the most courageous men I've ever met. And I've met a lot. In order for this day to be possible here in Canaan, Indiana, this man had to stand against tremendous odds. He didn't waver because he loves kids. He wants the best for their education. Congratulations, Canaan. Thank you, all of you, for your hard work and for allowing me to be at this